This and every Wednesday, Tobago Talks, and when Tobago Talk, we listen. Dr. Faith Brebner joins me, Deputy Political Leader of the TPP. She's on the Zoom line this morning, and let me, as always, say good morning, but today, extend a sincere congratulations to yourself and, of course, your political leader, Chief Secretary Farley, and all those that got over the line. We're talking here, Joel Sampson and David Thomas, Tobago West and Tobago East, respectively. Congratulations, Dr. Brebner.
Good morning, and thank you. Thank you so much, Elias. We are excited this morning that we were able to get over the line, but now the hard work begins. So thank you for having me on again this morning.
That's right. I know your symbol is the anchor. How do you plan to yes, I'm watching it there. How do you all plan to anchor yourself within the lower house? I mean, the personalities, the men that are stepping in to Parliament. We're talking here, Joel Sampson, David Thomas. I know careful consideration would have been given to bring these men into the fold. Now they're over the line. Could they truly leverage and defend the rights and the directive of the Tobago population in the Parliament? You have that faith in these men? They have that strength, that backbone to deal with these folks here in Port of Spain?
Well, the good thing is that they are not coming on their own. The good thing is that they are coming with the 60,000 strong of us from Tobago who supported them. The good thing is that their mandate is very clear, has always been clear, which is to speak on behalf of Tobago and not necessarily speak on behalf of any party or speak on behalf of for their personal gain. So I think because we are coming to this from such a place of honesty and such a place of really truly doing what we need to do, and by we meaning the political leader, the entire political organization, but particularly those two amazing gentlemen, since we are coming to this from such a genuine place, I think we will be provided with the strength to do what has to happen on behalf of the people of Tobago.
Yeah. Let me ask, on a personal level, did this victory feel even more, when we consider you all got into office, we get into office via a political party. That's the vehicle that gets one into governance. You all got in via a different vehicle into the THA. We all know what happened there. You all decided to form something new. And this was really the first time that TPP would have been tried and tested in any kind of election. And you all got over the line. What did this particular victory indicate to you on a personal level and more on a Tobago level?
Certainly. So on a personal level, well, let me start with the Tobago level. I think this victory told us what we, as in those of us who were a part of that organization and were kicked out. We didn't leave there, we were kicked out. What it told us, though, is that the energy that we went into 2017, because I first contested in 2017, and then twice in 2021, has really been the energy of the people and has really been the energy of not one man. Because what we saw in this particular election was that when that one man took his party and went and contested the same election, he was not victorious. So this shows us that this required all of us collectively to be a part of this struggle and to continue fighting on behalf of Tobago. Personally, I am really just happy that we are in a space in 2025 where we could do the work to help Tobago develop. And that is really, really all we want. That has always been all that we wanted. And we now have an opportunity, and let me kind of segue into how we plan to do this. We now have an opportunity to work with an organization where there is mutual respect and where there is a mutual understanding of how the two entities, meaning the government of Trinidad and Tobago and the Tobago House of Assembly, will work and has already started working together.
In terms of the last administration, especially the style and the leadership of Dr. Rowley, I recall the soft launch for the airport in Tobago when he called on your political leader and chief secretary and even your political opponent there, Mr. Duke, called them by name like they were in khaki pants and tall socks. Mm-hmm. Much to the delight and the laughter of the audience. I recognize your face. It remained stern like a judge. Farley seemed to be rather shocked. So I know there would have been you know, issues, underlying issues. At what point, though, would you say things really went downhill, and would you say part of that is what caused TPP to go over the line and PNM to again suffer defeat at the polls?
The one thing that people probably don't recognize is that Tobagonians do not like disrespect. We have an honor, particularly for our parents and our leaders. We take that part sincerely. And when people disrespect our parents and our leaders, we hold it to heart. I remember actually sitting there and looking at my phone and seeing messages coming in from people who I don't even know who some of these people were, actually almost upset with us that we did not get up and walk out. They were just so angered by what happened that day. But, you know, we thought, you know what, this is not about us. This is not about us personally. This is not about how we feel personally about it. We were there to represent the people of Tobago, and we sat there and we took all of the insults. The insults had started even before that, but we took all of the insults and we just continued rallying because we knew we were representing the people of Tobago. But I do know that helped, because Tobagonians don't like when people respect their leaders, and that they saw that as a huge respect, and we were not willing to just sit by and not allow that to be addressed at some point. The address came last week, Monday, when they were able to vote.
Indeed. So with the installment now, again, TPP in the parliament here in Port of Spain, from what I understand, you're all going to stand alone. It's no joining up per se. Walk me through that kind of consideration. Do you think it would have been, you would have probably been able to leverage a little bit better if you were part of the current administration, the government itself?
So this is something that we actually said we were going to do while we were campaigning. The chief secretary even said that, you know, cabinet is for fine China, because we always knew that the representatives for Tobago East and West needed to truly be able to represent the people of Tobago at every stage, in all circumstances. So what we are going to do really is negotiate on the outside, which is how parliaments do, and then vote on the inside as we need it to. And that means, though, that, remember, if you are part of a cabinet, you have something that is known as collective responsibility. The same thing happens in the Executive Council of the THA. Whatever we discuss inside there, when we come out as a single voice, agreeing to whatever was the final decision, even if we may have had differences inside while we were discussing and caucusing. And we did not want our Tobago East and Tobago West members to have the burden of having to have the collective responsibility with a cabinet that may one day do something that goes against what the people of Tobago elected them to represent. So we knew very early, maybe people did not hear that when it was said on the campaign trail, but we knew we were not going to join up with any organization. The difference, though, I think we've already seen it, because we've already seen the tenor and the tone and the political will of how the Prime Minister came into this, the new Prime Minister, where she, in her inauguration speech, in essence says that she recognizes Tobago as an equal partner. She recognizes that the Tobago House of Assembly is an executive with which she has to work, and we are now going to sit and negotiate and work out how these two entities, the government of Trinidad and Tobago and the Tobago House of Assembly, function to ensure that we truly are side by side. And that is how we intend to govern as we go forward with the government of Trinidad and Tobago as true partners in this. Speaking
about going forward, as we look further afield, are plans already in place for the constitutionally due THA elections? I believe it should be scheduled for January 2026. Is that the case?
So we are planning. So the difference is in Tobago, the THA can only have an early election if the entire House of the Tobago House of Assembly gets together and votes and agrees on it. At this point, we have no intention of bringing an early election or anything like that. At this point, we plan to go down to the wire, which is to December, and then the election will be called when it is constitutionally due. So that's also a difference in how the Tobago House of Assembly runs and how the government runs. And I think it was designed like that specifically to not allow any one person, the Prime Minister, to be inaugurated as Prime Minister one day and then get up the next day and decide that he is calling a snap election. Because that is just, there is something that is wrong with that. That is undemocratic. And I'm so glad that the drafters of the Tobago House of Assembly Act took that into consideration and does not allow something like that to happen in the Tobago House of Assembly.
Yeah. So more or less, I guess the focus now is on governance, and then when that time comes around, you'll be prepared.
Certainly, we are going to do the best as we have been doing. We've already surpassed our predecessors in many of the benchmarks that they set, even over the 21 years that they were there. We have already passed many of those, and we will use the next couple of months to continue doing work on behalf of the people of Tobago. When the election comes, then the people of Tobago will decide for themselves.
I'll give you a chance as we wrap things up to speak directly to those who would have supported TPP and got you all over the line for this election 2025.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you so much to the 60,000 strong, because we really were those crabs that crawled out of that barrel. And we told them that we wanted good representation. We told them that we want great representation, and you all came out last Monday and you did what you were supposed to do. And we want to thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for that support. We are pledging at this point as the Tobago People's Party to continue working, to continue doing what we set out to do, to be the Tobago People's Party, meaning this is not a Farley party or a Faith party or a David party or a Joel party. This is for the people of Tobago, and we will continue working. But we thank you all so much for the support that was given last Monday, and we will keep working for you.
Dr. Faith Brebner, thank you so much. All the best. And again, congrats to your Tobago West, the Member of Parliament, Joel Sampson, and of course, Tobago East candidate and now Member of Parliament, David Thomas, as they step into the lower house in Port of Spain to seek the interests of the people of Tobago.
Thank you.
All the best. Tobago Talks every single Wednesday. And when Tobago Talk, indeed, we listen. We come back much more around the corner as we work our way to 8 o'clock.